guys, what's going on? It is Ash here coming at you today in Clash Royale. Today, another wacky WTF is this meta deck, guys. We're joined by Tilt Sword. Many requests to get him on the channel with the Royal Giant Xbow deck. He's live in the arena. Let's go ahead and jump in. All right, guys, so he is currently top 150 or so in the world. We will track his course over the next, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 live matches, and then I will jump into the arena playing this deck. It is interesting. You might have to, I don't know, sanitize, wash your hands, wash your eyes, whatever after you play this deck, but it's 2 win conditions, maybe 3 win conditions. You have the Rocket, of course, you have the Expo, and you have the Royal Giant, which for some reason just synergize really well together. At least all the matches I've watched so far from Tilt Sword have been really, really impressive. I can't wait to try this deck out in the arena. I think you guys are really going to enjoy it. We're going against a CRL Asia Pro here, ladies and gentlemen. It is Trainer Ken from Bren Esports. He launches that rocket there, but does not hit the Inferno Dragon, so this could be trouble. We have the Inferno Dragon on the tower. We have Snowball in hand, though, but the Snowball pushes the Inferno Dragon behind the guards. Zap comes down. Inferno Dragon, with just a sliver of health, bleeds through our right tower. So just like that, we get the right tower down to 357 of Trainer Ken, and our tower is gone. So let's see, that all happened in the first minute or so. I like these spectators giving the Inferno Tower emotes. Hey, way to go, Tilt Sword spectators. We're going to go with the, as soon as the Inferno Dragon comes down, we actually go opposite lane there with the Royal Giant. This is going to be a very difficult defense, though. Trainer Ken lets that Royal Giant go. He drops the Lava Hound at the bridge. How are we going to stop this, guys? We have Tesla in hand. We have, oh man, Baby Dragon, Inferno Dragon, and a Lava Hound. We have Rocket in hand. Let's see. Rocket comes down, and oh, what? Dude! Wow, that was the best rocket we have ever had on the channel. Chief Pat, take notes, brother. Oh my word, that rocket was beautiful. Left Trainer Ken just saying, wow, we're just now getting into double elixir time, but this might be good game. That was incredible. The rocket took care of the Baby Dragon, the Inferno Dragon, and hit at the exact second that the Lava Hound died. Already a 3-crown, 2-minute match, guys. Let's go into the next one. Actually, let's go ahead and check to see actually where he is right now on ladder. But man, yeah, the rocket landed. As soon as the Lava Hound popped, I didn't even see the pops. I don't know if you guys want to rewind. He's 120th in the world. Be right back. All right, guys. If this is a juicy against Ralph Dingo here, starting out with Spear Goblins. But yeah, man, that was it. I don't know. I don't want to overreact, but that was a beautiful rocket, no? Can't remember seeing a better rocket than that. So Tilt Sword will go on defense with the Expo. He does this a lot. Starts out with a defensive Expo and just kind of feels the opponent out, waits to see what they have and make them think that we're playing just a regular Expo deck. You can see Skeleton, Snowball, Archers, and Expo. So we're kind of using the Royal Giant as sort of a secret toxic weapon in our back pocket. So here comes a Giant. Looks like a graveyard deck, and there's the graveyard right on cue from the opponent. We drop the Barbarians. And let's see, we use Snowball against those Skeletons from the graveyard. We're going to have not a bad matchup for us here. I don't feel like this deck has many bad matchups, which is why I kind of like it. Think about it, right? I can't think of any deck that really hard counters this deck necessarily, and we hard counter a lot. We have the Expo, obviously, and we have Royal Giant to combat other siege decks. So against graveyard decks, we obviously have plenty of weapons. We have the Tesla, we have the Expo we can use defensively, we have Skeletons, we have Archers, heck, we even have Barbarians against this deck, which does not have a big spell, I don't think. Last card's either arrows or poison. I think it's arrows in this deck. So we will see. Anyway, Expo left lane, here comes the Giant. We have Barbarians in hand for that Giant. It is indeed arrows. And man, Barbarians is making quick work of that Giant, although he does take down our Expo. So the opponent does have the damage and lead here. This time going into 2 minutes, not a lot of damage on the towers comparatively speaking to last match, right? That was a still pretty incredible match there to start things off against Trainer Ken. So here we go with Skeletons in the right lane. Cycled there. We have a Royal Giant now played at the bridge. Skarmy is down. We snowball the Skarmy. You also have Archers in hand. And here comes the Goblin gang, excuse me, for the opponent. We get 1 or 2 shots, and here comes a nice defense here. Again, we're going to be able to play defense relatively easily we have the luxury of just dropping the Barbarians right on that graveyard, knowing there's no big spell in the opponent's deck. And then, hey, he does get a lot of damage, though. 1529 remaining. Nice RNG there on that graveyard by Ralph Dingo. So, I can't say that name enough. Ralph Dingo. So here we go. It's going to be Spear Goblins in the back, a bunch of Spear Goblins, a whole team of Spear Goblins in the right. Meanwhile, we have some Skeletons there in the left. We're going to let that Expo go, it looks like, and then focus more on this defensive sequence. 4 Spear Goblins and a Giant coming down the right lane. We play defense here with a Tesla placed low. That way it can help target those Skeletons from that graveyard, but the tower does fall to 843 damage. So a pretty large elixir deficit here, guys. We have archers, we have Snowball down. Here comes the Goblin Gang. We have Skeletons. Skeletons just maybe help us cycle, I guess. 1689 remaining now on the left tower from the opponent here. So 843 on ours. No big spell again in the opponent's deck. We stay the aggressors here, trying to force a Giant out on defense rather than kind of offense on the right, on the low health tower on the right side. Nice job protecting that Expo. The Starmie comes down a little bit too late there. 1005, now less than 700, 701 HP remaining on that left tower, guys. 40 seconds here into sudden death overtime. Man. All right, don't call it a comeback. Here we go. It's going to be a Goblin Gang split and a kind of like a last big push. You almost get that feel from the opponent. We have Barbarians again on defense here. Nice job using that Snowball, taking care of the bats and 1 Spear Goblin. Giant's not even going to get to the tower. 762 HP remaining on our tower. Now we have the Rocket coming down. That's going to be GG plus the Snowball, right? So we just have to cycle the Snowball, and that's going to be a good game. That's it. Man, this deck is kind of good. This deck is kind of good. There it is, 2-0. Let's check to see where he is on ladder, and then we will go ahead and enter into match number 3, try to keep this win streak alive. Man, all right, so he is currently 117, 5 trophies away from 7K. All right, guys, here we go. The battle for 7K. Dude, we just played this guy in the last video. Entraflay. I forgot what deck he was using, though, but I think he was in the Mega Knight video that I uploaded yesterday. So, interesting to see. Some pretty good feedback on that Mega Knight beatdown deck. It's going to be another Expo deck, so I think he's playing Expo here, guys. We use a Rocket there against his Expo early. Man, unless these guys know what Tilt Sword plays, it's going to be such a surprise. I'm assuming he thinks he's going against another Expo deck, which he is, but another traditional Expo deck. Let's just leave it at that. Not the Barbarians Rocket Royal Giant version. I guess Rocket is pretty common. I'm sure Entraflay has Rocket in his deck too. And then right on cue, Rocket comes down against our Expo, but we will be able, excuse me, to get a little bit chip damage on that left tower, taking it down to 30-22. Of course, Expo, with the health buff from, I don't know, like a year ago or whatever, actually does get decent amount of damage even when the opponent uses the Rocket against it in a 6-for-6 trade. So the Expo user comes out a little bit of a winner there. So here we go. It's going to be a Ice Whiz in the back. And here comes the Expo again. Let's see, we have Royal... I was going to say, we could have rocketed and actually got some decent rocket value there, but we actually set up with the Royal Giant and the Tesla there at the bridge. And, like, what can Entraflay do here, right? I mean, what can he do in this matchup? How can he... I mean, Rocket Cycle? I don't know what else he can do, honestly. He has NATO. I just don't... You know, like... Rocket comes down, but again, we're going to get some valuable chip damage, taking it from 2,300 to less than 1925, so not bad. Every single time he rockets our Expo, we're still able to walk away with like 300, 400 damage to the tower. So we'll take that all day, every day, especially in this matchup. I don't see how Entraflay can even touch our towers other than Rocket and Log Cycle, which you're not going to be able to do the entire match, you know? You're not going to get all the damage off that. There's no way he's going to be able to get an Expo lock on with Royal Giant constantly in our hand. Kind of a predictive NATO there to pull everything back. Maybe thinking that we were going to go with a Royal Giant back there. I don't know. Maybe just trying to pull those archers out of the way. Either way, it doesn't really work out. We reload with an Expo and the Royal Giant. Oh, my word. So this is going to be no, it's going to be a Rocket coming down. We don't get a shot with the Royal Giant either. 30 seconds remaining here. Picking his nose now is Entraflay, and go with another Royal Giant. That Tesla doing a nice job supporting that Royal Giant, killing the Mega Minion, so there really can't be any sort of a counter push and here we go. Man, one condition to the other win condition. This is crazy, guys. It's the Royal Giant and the Expo. Good game. Oh, man, it looks like Entraflay is just going to give up here, maybe. Yep, he's leaking Elixir. He has given up the ultimate make your opponent's tilt deck. Oof. 3, 2, 1, and match over. Say goodbye to the non-transparent ending letters and words. I guess in the next update, they're going to be transparent now. News, a little update news for you guys. That's going to be it, the whole update. It's going to be transparent numbers. Let's go ahead and see where he is right now. 68, 726, be right back. All right, guys, against Luis DR. Oh, man, so you know he's playing Lava Loon. Just don't know exactly what version he's playing. Usually he plays the... I don't know, the minor version, the minions, double minions, I think. I don't know, with arrows. We'll see what he has. We go in with the Expo, just like the first match, guys. Gonna be Expo, same lane against Lava Hound every time. And let's see, Mega Minion comes down. We go up with the Tesla on defense. Oh, lightning version of Lava Loon here for Luis. Interesting. And I said minor. I think he plays Lava Loon. He does have minions in the deck too, so it's a little bit maybe of a, I don't know, a little bit of a different meta Lava Hound deck. We go in with archers there. Here comes the miner. And let's see what we're going to do here. We're going to go barbarians. Oh, I like this. I like seeing him use barbarians in kind of weird situations like this, how he contends with lava pups, although they do end up taking, you know, 2,000 HP off of our tower, more than 2,000, so I wouldn't call that a successful defense, but at least we know what he's playing now. We do get one valuable barbarian swing on that tower there, kind of almost getting that damage to even out a little bit more between the two players. We set up with the Expo there on offense, and we're going to take that tower maybe. Always go same lane Expo, even though he has lightning, because what's going to happen here is a good Lava Hound player will just ignore the Expo, especially after the second time, and just let you take the tower, because if they defend that Expo, it's going to create kind of a, they're going to have to use Elixir on the Expo in front of the Lava Hound, which is not what you want to have happen. And obviously it gives Tilt Sword an opportunity to kind of defend as well. We go with Barbarians again here to protect our archers. Here comes, and tank for the pups. We go with the Snowball as well. Archers are very healthy. We have one Barbarian on that miner. Tower does fall to 397 HP. 1 minute remaining here in this contest. Probably going to be a 2-tower game. Let's see, guys. All right, so Lava Hound in the back. He does have lightning. Keep that in mind. So here we go. We do get the lock on again. Probably going to be about half that tower's HP is going to be gone after this Expo does its thing to the right tower. 35 or so seconds left. Here comes a balloon. Are we going to defend there? We are actually going to defend with the Tesla, even though he has lightning in hand. But he had to use 5 elixir to make that 5-7 elixir. He uses a zap with 25 seconds left. We actually take that right tower down. Beautiful rocket again, defending on the right side. So I missed him even take that right tower, guys. I guess that's GG. There's nothing that Luis can do in this situation. We go ahead and snowball. I mean, unless he gets... No, he can't get this tower. We have Tesla. Man, Tesla Archers, such a strong defensive combo, right? It's super strong. 3 seconds remaining, and that's going to be GG again. 4-0, undefeated video. Let's do one more check to see where he is on ladder, and then I have to give this deck a try myself, guys. I have to give it a try as well. So, let's see. Where is he? 47th in the world. Be right back. All right, guys. I have the deck selected, and we're going to jump into the arena. Now, here's the bad news. The bad news is I just recorded this. I just set up my device. I just recorded this, and my hard drive got full, so my voice commentary was off the whole time I was playing. So I'm going to pretend I'm playing live for you guys. I guess I could have faked it and tried to see if you guys realized that I was faking it, but I'm just going to go ahead and not tell you the results of my matches. I'm going to tell you about my experience playing the deck and kind of what's going on through my mind. So here we go. My first match here was against a Hog Rider deck, as you can see, Hog Valkyrie. So I noticed playing this deck myself. I played 3 matches, by the way, throughout the rest of this video, guys. I noticed playing this deck here that it does really well against almost everything. I mentioned that earlier in Tilt Sword's gameplay, but man, it's really, really strong. This guy, No Hugare Nunca, was not a fan of me or my deck at all. He basically yawned the entire match. So that time I waste skeletons there. Wasn't sure if I needed to distract that executioner, but with a limited range, he's still very strong. He hits like a hunter almost. I go in with the Expo here. So I have the Tesla ready, but hey, he dropped the Valkyrie behind his King Tower, so I figure, you know, I'm just going to set up with a Tesla kind of over here, and let the Tesla put some work in against the Hog, and he comes down with the lightning. So now I know that he has lightning. I snowball here. I am going to take a bit of damage, but I separated the Hog and the Valkyrie with that snowball, and I'm able to kill that Valkyrie before she makes her way onto the tower. And here we go, more yawning from my opponent. I can't blame him, though. I guess you can't really blame the opponent if they BM you when you're running a deck like this, right? So my hand here is a very heavy hand. 6, 6, 5, 6 are my elixir cost cards. But it's okay. I still feel pretty good about it. I'm just going to go ahead and take the rocket value, adding insult to injury here to my opponent. And I think he might have given up here. I think he might have given up. I forgot. All right, no, we're going to go one more offensive sequence here. So I pull everybody with the Tesla archers separate to the other side of the tower, trying to avoid getting lightning value. And again, not even one hit onto my tower there. I set up with Expo opposite lane because at this point I can just rocket and you know, do some spell cycle to that left tower, but it doesn't even matter here, guys. 40 seconds remaining, just barely into double elixir time. He gives up. Excuse me. I put my opponent on tilt. I give a little emotes back to him here. But yeah, man, I mean, I don't really... I'm surprised he gave up that early, honestly, but I go ahead and just... I start pound. He's just yawning. We just go in with the archers. We go with the Expo. We start loading up the his side of the arena, Tesla as well. I love that he gave up and he stayed in, like, spam the emotes the entire match there. He didn't. I give him the good luck in the Goblin anchor and hop into the next match there. So far 1-0, and I'm starting to kind of like this deck. After that first match. So here I go into the next match. And this one is against Teemo. Let me know, by the way, if you guys, on the off chance you guys like this better, with me kind of not playing live, but rather kind of bringing you into my head when my first experiences playing the deck, talk about mistakes, talk about things I did right, talk about kind of just my experience with the deck. It's a little bit easier to kind of commentate than it is playing live. So, hey, if accidentally we kind of serendipitously walked into this situation where we like this better, you guys let me know. So I go in against Bomber this matchup. So at first, I remember when I was recording this video that when it wasn't recording, I thought to myself, man, Bomber? Are you serious? Then I realized, man, I'm going to really need these Barbarians, and he has Bomber, and Bomber stays alive here. I take so much damage on this push, guys. You can already tell it's not looking good. I should have just waited for the Bomber to connect to the tower there. Huge mistake. It's really my biggest mistake of these 3 matches right there, I think. And that was, again, I could have just waited a second, used that skeletons on the Bomber and stop that Prince. But instead, I just go a little bit early there with the Bomber, and things didn't really work out. So he goes with the Giant in response to my Expo here. So I just go with the defensive Tesla setup. And now I know exactly what he's playing. Some kind of a strange... Inferno Dragon, Bomber, Prince, Giant beatdown deck. Very, very weird to see a deck like this, but, you know, like I said, it's the WTF September meta. We're going to look back at these days and be like, dude, the WTF meta. Remember those days? Remember when Giant Skeleton and I don't know, and whatever the heck else is in these decks? What else did I share recently? So many weird Sparky decks, Royal Recruits, all kinds of weird stuff. Anyway, here comes the Bomber in the back and the Prince, so I know it's going to be a big push, but I think he made a mistake here, the opponent, in dropping that Prince too far away that I'm going to be able to use my Barbarians close to my tower, and I'll be able to avoid that Bomber, at least for a bit, you know, while we kill the Prince. And the Bomber doesn't get any shots off on my tower either. I do lose my Barbarians, but we were able to kill the Prince and also kill the Bomber there afterwards. So here we go. He's going to go with the Mini P.E.K.K.A. I have the Royal Giant on the tower. All of a sudden, I have the damage advantage here after things were not looking so good early on. Now I play the archers here. Tesla, again, super strong. He plays the Bomber back there. That's fine by me. I'm just going to play Barbarians right on top of that Bomber. I still have a few Barbarians kind of left over. Archers doing their work against that Inferno Dragon. I go left lane here because all I need to do is rocket that right tower at this point. And look at these archers. Archers Expo tag team that Witch. And bye-bye, Witch. Man, again, guys. This deck is pretty strong, you know? I just ignore that Expo there and I set up with the Tesla in the center, and then I'm going to set up with some archers on the right side, and I'm going to play, again, the Barbarians kind of right on top of the Giant here, and then I have my rocket ready. I'm like, okay, got to get to that tower before the Bomber puts too much work in. And there we go. We finish things off there with the good game. So we're 2-0 so far. Again, feeling pretty good about the deck, feeling pretty good. And I think I actually go ahead and start claiming my rewards here. Oh, this is going to be boring. I probably should have just cut this out, but whatever. I was traveling a lot this whole month, honestly. And I did, phew, God, I've been a lot. I've been around a lot. I was just going to drop like all the places I've traveled to, but you guys don't want to hear about that. But yes, I've been traveling a ton. And I haven't been able to play a lot of Clash Royale, honestly. So I have not, for all the complaining I did about, there should be more than 35 tiers, Supercell, what are you thinking? Well, here I am, and 15 days left, I guess. So there's plenty of time, I suppose. I think the new season, yeah, there's plenty of time. I was going to say, I might not even finish the ladder, but I'll be able to finish the Pass Royale or whatever. So I'm striking here. I'm looking for Earthquakes. Don't you hate when you have like a million strikes and you just need one card? But for whatever reason, you're not getting it. Anyway, here we go into the next match. This is against a Golem deck, which I was excited to see because I wanted to see how this deck fares against Golem as well. So starting play is going to be pretty easy. Archers split. Again, Archers split are like the go-to play. I pressed the Archers down the same time as he dropped that Golem, so otherwise I probably would have played them the same lane. But now, this is an easy situation here. I can play the Royal Giant at the bridge because I'm going to lean on my Barbarians there. You can see I already have them selected on defense. So, looking pretty good here. He bar barrels. He Night Witches in the right lane. Bar barrels. I can't support that. I cannot support the Royal Giant anymore here because I know that I could... and I didn't notice that Lumberjack right away, guys. So I placed Archers. Another mistake here, right? Archers, I should have placed them a little bit, one tile more to the left, I think. They target onto the Golemite before that Lumberjack, and Lumberjack did a ton of damage to my left tower, 1624. So not exactly the start I wanted, but I do still have the damage advantage. So if he goes Golem again, I'm just going to go ahead and set up with a, okay. I think I'm going to set up with a Expo here, maybe. Nope, Tesla. Expo later. So Tesla, I thought that was an aggressive Golem on his part. He's now used 2 Golems early on this match. I don't really... Me personally, I'm not a fan of playing Golem at all, really, unless I have the huge elixir advantage or my opponent's win condition is out of cycle in single elixir time. Obviously, this guy and I disagree. Here, I'm just trying hard not to use the snowball there. I'm okay with taking a little bit of bat damage, but I don't want to waste my snowball. I know he has Lumberjack in hand, so I'm going to go ahead and play my Archers and my Skeletons, and that ended up really working out. Check it out, guys. We kill this Lumberjack here, and this is the turning point for me, right? I get that left tower down, and I kill the Lumberjack with the Skeletons and the Archers, and I'm just going to go ahead and snowball this Baby D. I'm okay with taking a couple hits from the Baby Dragon, but now with 1 minute left, I have a tower down, about a half tower or a third tower advantage over my opponent, so I just set up with an Expo in the defensive position here so I can pull that Golem all the way to the other side of the arena. He actually goes with the Golem all the way in the back here, so I know, again, I'm going to have my work cut out for me. I go with Barbarians. I know he has the NATO version, NATO Baby Dragon version of this deck. So essentially, I'm just going to go ahead and keep cycling here in the back. I wanted to protect that Expo, but he gets one swipe. But this is going to be a nice rocket for me. I do, look at that Lumberjack. At the very last second, he actually creeps up to, you know, being right next to horizontally the Golem. So I missed that Lumberjack. I do get a lot of rocket value nonetheless. But I set up with the Archers in the opposite lane here. And now I have a Mega Minion, a Night Witch, and a Baby Dragon coming my way. At this point, I use the Tesla, but as soon as he casts that Lumberjack, I know I'm just going to go ahead and give up this tower. Like, I'm not even going to bother defending here. I will Snowball to kind of mitigate King Tower damage, but again, you know, it's not worth it, right? Not worth it to over-defend. I think that's like one area where a lot of people, myself included sometimes, make a lot of mistakes. It's just, sometimes you got to know when to just give the tower, right? So here we go. I go with the Expo again. I could have gone one tile left with that Expo too, but I have a nice little chain here pulling that Golem from the Tesla to the Expo. Expo is helping out as well against that Night Witch, against the Golemites now. And then I have Barbarians I have to use here on defense. He goes with an ill-advised Lumberjack right into my Barbarians. And the Baby Dragon is out of range of my tower, which is unfortunate, but I know I have to start chipping away at his tower here. He does have the damage advantage, so I play the Royal Giant in the pocket, and he's going to get like 3 or 4 shots off on that right tower, so not too bad, taking it down to 24, 29. I have the Tesla ready to pull the Golem, because I think this guy's going to Golem, and he does. So I pull that Golem all the way to the other side of the arena. I don't even want to deal with it, and again, Barbarians, just in the nick of time there, able to tank for those Archers, buy them a little bit of time, and keep that Baby Dragon away from my tower. He goes to the Lumberjack. He decides that he wants to go ahead and put pressure onto my King Tower here. So I go with Royal Giant here, and then I go with archers on defense. Again, I'm okay with taking some damage. I thought about using the snowball there on defense, but I figured, you know what? He doesn't have a big spell, so what the heck? 842 is pretty healthy, I guess, for my King Tower, considering he doesn't have a big spell, and I can pull that Golem whichever direction I want to, utilizing my 2 buildings. So here we go again. It's going to be Barbarians right on top of that Golem. Not a good Golem by my opponent there. Golem is absolutely destroyed. I get the Expo lock there, and I just go ahead. I go all in. I support this Expo totally 100%, and now at this point, I can either just Royal Giant in the pocket, or I could have just rocketed. Either way, GG's. That's the end of the video, and when I realized that I wasn't recording, or I ran out of space. So that sucked. But guys, thank you so much for watching all the way till the end. I really appreciate it. Huge shout out again to Tilt Sword. Check out his player stats and profile. Thanks to statsroyale.com. The deck link will be in the description below, as always, here on the channel. And check out Bren Chong, my YouTube partner. His information will also be in the show notes below. Guys, thanks for watching. And as always, take care, guys.